Hey, welcome to Cursor.mp4. So today we are going to tackle a massive question. One that honestly sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. But it's a lot closer to reality than we might think. What if, tomorrow, the internet just disappeared?
Just picture it. You wake up in the morning, you roll over, grab your phone, and nope, nothing. No Wi-Fi.
Your mobile data?
Yeah, that's gone too.
That morning doom scroll you were looking forward to? Ha! Forget about it.
At first it would just feel annoying. Like a small inconvenience. You'd probably think, must be a major outage in my area. And then you'd just, try to get on with your day.
But that feeling, it wouldn't last very long. Okay, let's really dive into this. Because within just the first 24 hours, our entire modern world starts to completely unravel. And it all happens in stages. First, you've got confusion. Then, after just a few hours, actual chaos starts to kick in. And by the end of day one, the big systems we all depend on, they're already starting to fail. Let's break that down. So, that first hour is almost funny. Everybody on the planet is doing the exact same thing, restarting their router for the 10th time, flicking airplane mode on and off. Meanwhile, in IT departments everywhere, a quiet, creeping panic is setting in. But the craziest part? No one has any idea that this is happening to the entire world. Okay, now fast forward just a few hours, and the situation gets way, way worse. By hour 6, the chaos is very real. Communication as we know it is basically dead. WhatsApp, email, Zoom calls, all gone. For businesses, it's like someone hit a giant pause button. Remote work just stops. And all those cloud systems we live our lives on, Google Docs, Slack, all our cloud storage, poof, vanished. And this right here just nails the core of the problem. As the source material puts it so well, modern work doesn't just get a boost from the internet, it depends almost entirely on it. So what this really means is, the entire global economy has just slammed on the emergency brake.
And by the end of that very first day, the problem shifts from being a huge work inconvenience to a full-on crisis for society. We're talking about a systemic failure across the three main pillars of our world: our money, our stuff, and our health. Let's just talk about finance for a second. Your online banking app? Totally useless. ATMs? Well, they need an internet connection to work, so they're just big metal boxes now. And your credit card? It's basically just a rectangle of plastic. Every transaction fails, and the world's stock markets are frozen solid. The digital river of money has just stopped flowing.
Which brings us to a totally wild twist. All of a sudden, that old-school paper stuff in your wallet, it becomes the most valuable thing you have. That's right, cash is king again. Really hope you've got some hidden under the mattress. Okay, let's just pause right here. If this digital apocalypse scenario has you as hooked as it has me, do us a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe to Cursor MP4. It seriously helps us out so we can make more explainers just like this one. All right, now, back to the global meltdown.
So after that initial shockwave, society kind of moves into a new phase. This isn't just about the immediate collapse anymore. No, this is about the beginning of a very, very strange new reality.
Over the next couple of days, the crisis gets deeper in ways you might not even think about. Transportation is a total mess. Air traffic control systems are down, GPS is gone. Governments are scrambling, falling back on old-school TV and radio to get emergency messages out. And here's the real kicker. With no social media to check facts, rumors start spreading by word of mouth faster and wilder than any tweet ever could.
But here's the thing. We humans, we adapt. By the end of week 1, we start to adjust. Old tech makes a massive comeback. Radios are suddenly essential again. Businesses that manage to stay open have to go completely analog, dusting off old paper ledgers. And our own behavior starts to change. We're actually forced to talk to each other face to face. And this is where the story gets really fascinating, because it introduces this really strange paradox. In the middle of all the chaos and the economic ruin, something totally unexpected happens. Some things actually get better.
I mean, just look at this. On one side, you've got the dark reality, a global recession, billions of dollars lost every single day, the entire tech industry just gone. But on the other side, the constant pressure from social media, it's gone. People can actually focus again, do deep work without a single notification. And maybe most importantly, with all the digital noise gone, bonds with family and community actually start to grow stronger.
So what's the final verdict in this crazy global thought experiment? What do we lose?
And what in the world did we learn about our relationship with this invisible thing we call the internet?
Well, to really get it, we first have to talk about what the internet is not. It's not just for entertainment, it's not just for social media, and it's not just a giant library of information. Now, the internet is the fundamental plumbing of our civilization. It's not some app we use, it's the foundation everything else is built on. It is the economy. It is our global communication system. The source material really puts it in the most chilling but accurate way possible. We don't just use the internet anymore, we depend on it to survive. It's like air or water. And that leaves all of us with one final, huge question to chew on. And it's not just a hypothetical, is it? Looking at everything we've just walked through, are we too dependent? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Thanks for watching.